It's 2025 and you're thinking it's time to get PMP certified. Now, if you're looking to get certified and you're not sure what to study, when to study what, how to study, well, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a day-by-day breakdown of what you should be studying on day 1, day 2, day 3 to become PMP certified in just 30 days. Now, I did a video like this from a year ago that has over 100,000 views and over 100,000 people have downloaded my 30-day study plan to pass their exam. So follow along and you can also pass your exam in just 30 days. Let's get started. I'm Andrew Ramdial and I am the author of this book, PMP Exam Prep Simplified. This is Amazon's best-selling PMP study guide, globally speaking. And I'm also the creator of Udemy's best-selling PMP course with over 400,000 enrollments. Crazy number, but that's what it is. All right, let's get started on the study plan. And the great thing is you can download this. Check the link below. You can download this entire study plan right now and start utilizing it. So check the link below. It is in a Google Doc format. When you get to it, just go to File and you can save it in any format that you like so you can edit it. Because at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you guys can edit this to best match your schedule. So let's get started on this. So I want to point out something here about the study plan. It's 30 days and it's 60 to 80 hours. Why is there a sway in the hours? Well, we all learn differently. Some of us can listen to an instructor and boom, first shot got it. Some of us may need to rewind him. Some of us may need to do additional work. So we all learn differently. If you follow the study plan in depth, it probably takes about 80 hours to finish it, I think is what I have it at. Some of us can fast forward the videos. Some of you guys can fast forward all my videos and finish the 35-hour course in 20 hours. Some of you do 1.5. Some of you do 1.25. Some of you may keep me at 1x or even slower. In any which way, we all learn differently, so you see what works best for you. Now, I want to point out a couple things here. Directions. Studying the content for a minimum of 2 hours per day. So it's about 2 to 3 hours worth of studying per day. Exam days are going to be 4 hours. I'll explain that to you in a minute. Now, that's what you guys need to know right off the bat. It's about 2 to 3 hours of studying per day. It's designed to take 1 to 2 months. You can finish it in a month, but I recommend taking some days off. You said, hey, Andrew, 30 days. Correct. 30 study days. That means if you study 30 consecutive days, you can finish it in a month. I've had quite a few students do that. But for most of us, I recommend taking a day off. Taking a day off during the week. Taking a day off during the weekend, 1 or 2 days. Maybe you want to split it up. Maybe you want to take Saturday off and take Tuesdays off. Give your mind a break from the material. Don't study every single day. You're going to get fed up with the material. Project management is not the most exciting thing to learn, guys. It's not like a murder mystery here. It's not a Transformer movie. It's pretty boring stuff. I try to make it exciting, so I'm telling you guys, take a break. Really important you guys do that. Now, if you're not working, you're in between jobs, then please go and finish it up. If you have a lot of time during the day, maybe you can finish the entire thing in an entire month. A lot of people actually do that. Now, this particular study plan is outline what we're going to be, it's going to outline by day what lesson to complete. Each day has about 2 hours of videos to watch, sometimes coming up to 3 hours. I want to recommend something here. Or I should say don't recommend. I don't recommend studying for more than 2 to 3 hours learning content. Now, I have it broken down into 2 kinds of days. Studying days, exam days. The beginning of it is all what I call study days. Study days is when you're learning all those processes, when you're learning all those agile ceremonies, when you're learning all your terminology, formulas, and so on. Don't study for more than 3 hours. I really don't recommend that. The reason is because it's difficult to retain material like that. If you study for 5 hours, I guarantee you, by the time you get to hour 5, you're going to forget everything you learned in hour 1. This stuff gets complicated, guys. A lot of it is new terminology. A lot of it is things that most people has never done as a project manager. Those formulas will blow your mind. As 99% of people have never done them before. So you're not familiar with them. Don't study more than 2 or 3 hours, in my opinion. Now, exam days are 4 hours. This is at the end of the study plan. You'll see it. This is where you practice exam endurance, exam stamina. It's really important. You see, one of the hardest thing about this exam is it's 180 question, 4-hour time limit. That's the hardest thing about this test, in my opinion, is sitting there for 4 consecutive hours, and you basically have to put on your thinking cap, turn it up to the highest level, because in reality, it's difficult to do that. Not many of us have that ability to do high concentration for 4 hours. And it's something you have to practice to get good at. Because if you get exam fatigue, you can fail this test. If you get fed up with that exam or you start turning against the test, this can really work against you. You don't want to do that. So there's going to be a few days where you start to build that endurance, that stamina. I want to point this out. Don't study to pass the test. Keep asking yourself, how can I apply this in the real world? How can I apply it to my current, future projects? There's no point in getting a certification just to add 3 initial. Get a certification to become a better project manager. That's what I tell everyone. Study like you want to become a much, much better project manager. That's what I always tell people. Study to increase your productivity. Study to apply new things on your project. Study to end those projects sooner, earlier, making better plans, creating that risk register, doing those agile ceremonies. Study to become a better project manager. In other words, don't fast forward me just to finish me. Watch me to learn something. Now, oddly enough, I didn't reference the book in the materials. Oddly enough, the materials I'm going to be using in the study plan is the 35-hour class and my PMP exam simulator. This is a link to the simulator. So you can get the simulator here. That's only really the 2 things you need. I'll explain more about this book throughout as I cover this rest of this video. So let me just explain to you. A lot of it is based on this particular course. And this course here is the Udemy platform. So if you go to Udemy, you type PMP, you'll find it here. It is the #1 best-selling course on Udemy, and do not pay $129 for it. Don't pay the $125. This course goes on sale quite often. As of right now, I'm seeing it for $22. If you follow me on LinkedIn or you use some of the links I give away, you can get it for like $15, $13. So don't kill yourself with this paying $150. The course does have over 400,000 enrollment, 4.7 stars, 117,000 ratings. A lot. All right, anyway, train. So the course is 35 hours. And in it, there are all these sections. This study plan will tell you what to study on what day. So like day 1, I want you to do the introduction and exam details. That's this, introduction and exam details. Day 2, I want you to do project management terms. Day 3, project management principles. You notice project management terms is about 2 hours. Project management principle is an hour and a half. Project management domains, hour and a half. Now, you can speed me up, you can slow me down as needed and finish these a lot quicker. But make sure to pay attention because the knowledge is what makes you pass. So make sure you pay attention to what I'm saying. One of the questions I get is, Andrew, should I take notes? There is a giant PDF you can download of the entire presentation I use in the course. You don't necessarily need to take notes because I'm going to give you all the notes you need. Also, the book is like a giant cram guide to the entire course. I want to point out something. If you purchase the book, you do not buy the course on Udemy or any platform. This book comes with the 35-hour class, the exact same one you saw there. So if you get the book from Amazon, remember, the book is your notes and it comes with the course. Don't buy the course if you buy the book, all right? But if you buy the course and then you want the book, well, you have to buy the book separate. Let's go back here to the study plan. So you notice I have them in days. Day 1, day 2, and this goes on for the entire course. All right, day 10, day 11. Some days, like day 6 to 8, 6, 7, 8, 3 days, that's going to be all these processes. to predictive project management. That's this thing right here. You notice this is a 9-hour section. It's a lot of videos in there. So I'm giving you guys 3 days to do it. That's why that's like that. This keeps on going. This keeps on going. Let's put this down here. You have the famous mindset. One of the key to passing your exam is the PMP mindset. I created the PMP mindset. I just want to point that out. A lot of people have videos on the PMP mindset. I created the PMP mindset when I wrote this book in 2021 and when that course came out. So learn the mindset from the source, not from secondary sources. The mindset, exam tips. Okay, you're going to finish this. Now I want to point out that day 19, day 20, you're going to submit your application. That's why it's marked as a 4-hour day. I want you to do your applications. The moment you finish the course, there is a lecture in the course called bonus lecture or how to get your certificate. Go to that lecture, follow the link, and you're going to see that you can download a certificate. Now, in the course, I spend 1 hour with you guys on the application. All right, if you notice, day 13, I'm telling you to start to list your projects and begin writing the description. I am going to give you the template you can use to write the description on those applications. I'm going to tell you exactly what to write. Just copy paste it and edit it to match your project. This is the easiest way to do that, guys. Okay, going back to this. So submit your application on day 19, hopefully. You finish it. Now, the next thing you have to get is the simulator. Where do you get the simulator? Well, I gave you guys a link right here. This is the PMP exam simulator. You can just purchase the standalone thing if you want, and that'll give you about 60-day access to it. The simulator has a bunch of practice exam. It has over 1,000 practice questions in there. It has mock exams with video explanations, me teaching you that mindset. It takes a while to get through it. Let's see how to do it. So on day 20, you start practice exams. Now, this is where this is going to get very interesting. Now, the reason that this is going to get interesting is because they're 4-hour days. You notice day 20, 4 hours, 21, 4 hours. This is going to go on for quite a while, up to day 25. So you got about 6 days there. Now, why is that? Exam stamina is a real thing. You see, sometimes a lot of us haven't taken practice exams in years. How many of you guys have sat for an exam in the last 10 years? Maybe some of you guys haven't touched a study guide or practice test since you finished college or something. So you're going to have to build up that endurance, because when you get into that exam room, trust me, guys, it's going to take you 3 to 4 hours of deep concentration in order to sit there and pass that exam. You cannot break your concentration, and that's where this is going to get difficult. Now you need to start building up your endurance. Start building up your stamina. That way, when you get to the exam, you're not surprised or you're not fatigued. You don't want to run out of the place because you've never done this before, or you're just tired. So here's what I want you guys to do. Now, when you get the simulator, the first 6 exams are broken into 60 question sets. So do simulators, do exam 1, 2, and 3. That's 180 questions. That's a full-length mock exam. Remember, do one, take a break, do the next one. Now, then when you come back the next day, another 180 questions. Next day, this is the full-length now. The simulator, let's say full-length mock, another 180 questions. Another 180 questions. Now you're really building up your stamina. Now, I do want to point out that these all have videos, explanation with them. Watch the video explanations for the one you get wrong or something. Understand the mindset. In these mock exam, I'm going to show you how to apply the mindset to passing your test. That's the secret to passing. You need to know that mindset. My simulator is the only one that has video explanations of all the questions. So watch that. Watch those video explanations. The ultra hard practice questions, over 50,000 people I think has watched this video. This is a free video on YouTube. Make sure to do this one on there. Now, I wanted to point out something. You notice it says schedule your exam. I want to point out something to you guys. You notice we did your application we started day 13. We submitted your application, if you were following along on the study plan here, on day 20. You submit your application. PMI takes about 5 days. The moment you get your application approved, I want you guys to, boom, schedule your tests, all right? The moment you get approved, boom, schedule your exam. The reason is because you are not going to push it off anymore. It's going to force you to study. It's going to keep you more focused. You see, if we don't schedule the test, we'll keep pushing it off. We're going to say things like, when I'm ready, I'm going to schedule it. Bad news, you're never going to be ready to schedule it. If you're scoring between 70 and 80% on the simulators, schedule your tests, all right? Don't wait to get 100. Don't wait to memorize everything. It's probably not going to happen. Schedule your test right away. When are you scheduling it for? 4 to 5 days later. Because you notice by day 28, judgment day, that's the day you take your exam. So let's go over this. The simulator also has the 100 drag and drop questions. That's also a video on YouTube. Be prepared, guys. You're going to have about 2 to 10 drag and drop questions on your exam. So if you watch these drag and drop questions, that'll give you every scenario. Wouldn't be a surprise what you see on the test. Day 26, you finish your exams. What are you doing now? Well, review. You're doing a mindset review. You're looking at that exam content outline review. Review your formulas and so on. EVM, PERT formulas. Now, day 28 is the day you take your test. The day before, I got a whole thing written here. Now, the day before your exam is really important. Your best asset when taking a PMP exam is not just the knowledge. You need that. But you need a good night's sleep. Exam fatigue is a real thing. You have been practicing doing 4-hour exams on your exam days, right? With all the simulator questions. What I need now for you guys is to get a good night's sleep. The question is, how do you do it? Well, I don't recommend studying the day before. I mean, come on, guys. It's been 30 days, been 26 days already. You should know everything. Don't kill yourself studying. I wouldn't. If you really want to study, maybe review the mindset. Now, wake up early. I recommend doing this. The reason is, I recommend early, like 5 o'clock. The reason is, this way you can go to bed early that day and get a good night's sleep. The earlier you wake up, the more tired you are the night before. Hopefully, that makes you sleep. Because you're going to be pretty nervous. Don't drink alcohol or do anything to disturb your sleep. I drink alcohol, not every day, but it does disturb your sleep slightly. Don't do anything. I need you guys well rested. Try not to be nervous. You know, the day before the exam is the day that most people start to get the butterflies in their stomach, start to worry. Now, I want to point out that the way to keep calm is to not worry about the worst case, which is failing. I want to point out that this exam is not about life or death, right? This is not something that's life or death, except the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is you fail the test. Worst case scenario. Guys, the world isn't going to end. It's not going to end for you. You're not going to die. Your spouse isn't going to leave you. Your kids aren't going to disown you. Your parents aren't going to hate you. Nothing bad is really going to happen. The worst thing is you might have to study again, but then you'll know where you went right or wrong. And it'll be a few $100 to retake it. The worst case scenario is you got to say to yourself, well, I lose a few $100. But let's be realistic. We have spent money on worse garbage in our lives. You ever went out to a restaurant and spent a few $100 on a dinner, and then where did it go the next day? In the toilet, correct. So we have spent a lot of money on garbage. So, look at it like this. Okay, the worst case is I got to spend a few $100 and retake it. Hopefully, this will calm your nerves. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, the day of the test. By the way, the day before the test, get a good night's sleep. All right? Most important thing. All right, rest. Day of the exam, we call this judgment day. I call it judgment day because this is the day PMI is going to judge you. They're the judge. They're going to judge whether you're good enough to be a certified PM. Wake up early. When scheduling the exam, schedule it for the morning, nothing after 11 o'clock. I personally will fail most exams I have taken after 2 o'clock. Why 11 o'clock? Because if you take in 11 o'clock, you're going to finish at 3 o'clock, 4-hour test. I want you guys to keep that in mind, that as the day progresses, we're going to get tighter and tighter and tighter. And because you're getting tired, your mind is going to stop functioning at optimal performance. So what I want you guys to do is take it early, 8, 9, 10, something like that. I prefer 8 o'clock is my favorite exam time. If you're doing it at a testing center, you may not have much room, like leeway and time frames. If you're doing it at home, you're going to have a lot. So, by the way, I recommend taking the exam at home. Check on the channel. I did a whole video of should you take the exam at home or should you take it in a testing center, and also a video on how to manage your exam time. You know what? I'll put all that in the description below. You guys can check all those videos out. Take it at home or in a testing center and managing your exam time. I'll put them in the description below. So watch those videos. So wake up early. Take your exam early. Exercise. That puts blood in your head. I recommend that. I exercise every day. You can't tell, but trust me, imagine if I don't. Dress in blue. The secret to success. I always dress in blue. I don't know what it is, but every time I wear blue, I've passed. And times when I don't, I fail. Eat a well-balanced meal. Here's the thing. It takes 5 hours of going into the exam center and leaving. Within those 5 hours, I know it's a 4-hour test, but think of all the check-in process. In that 5-hour time frame, you're going to be doing an exam. I don't know about you, but when I get hungry, I get fatigued. I get upset. I get angry quicker. As you guys can, I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I like eating. And what I would tell you is whatever it takes to keep you full or not hungry for 5 hours, eat it. If it's a big steak, eat that. If it's a double Whopper with cheese, like I'm about to eat that. I don't care what time it is. Just eat it. I don't want you getting hungry. Coffee is a tricky thing. I get jitters when I drink too much coffee. I think I had too much coffee. Maybe that's why the energy in this video. Keep it small. I like coffee because it doesn't increase your alertness, but too much of it makes you agitated. Makes you like this, right? Take the exam. Remember the mindset. You must follow my mindset. Remember, guys, I created the mindset. I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube with it, but I created that mindset. Learn it from me. Don't learn it from secondary sources. It's in the book. It's in the video course. Learn the mindset. No matter what, you stick to it. Now, when you finish the exam, you're going to get your results. If you take it in a testing center, it's going to tell you whether you pass or you fail right there. It's going to give you a preliminary score. If you take it at home, you're going to have to wait 24 hours to get that score. If you pass, celebrate. Cake and beer, guys, is how I celebrate. Or cherry Coke. Cherry Coke and carrot cake is my favorite things to drink and eat. If I can eat cake 24/7, if you couldn't tell, I would do that all the time. If you do it in a testing set at home, you're going to have to wait a day to celebrate or so. And there you go. That is the 30-day study plan that you guys can download right now and practice. Now, we're not done yet, because what I want to tell you guys now is to customize the plan to you. Here's how we do that. What I want you guys to do is to go in and change the dates on the study plan. You choose when you want to start studying. Let's say today is February 28th and tomorrow's March 1st, and you want to start your studying on March 1st. So let me show you what to do. I want you guys to go in here and edit the study plan. Don't call it day one. Day one, we'll say March 1st. Day two for you is March 2nd. Okay, or you can put it before. You can put it before the day, March 3rd. Now, because you got an amazing meeting on March 4th, you're not going to study that day. Okay, because you're out. Or maybe that's your day off, right? So you edit the plan. You go in here and you edit every single day, right? Maybe March 6th is the day you're not working. Maybe you're not studying because that day you're taking your family out. So you're off to 6 March 7th. Keep doing this. Basically, Customize the study plan to you. What I also recommend is you can just copy paste this. You can take this and put it in your iCalendar, your Outlook calendar, put it in to the calendar. Today's March 5th, studying project management domains. In other words, customize the study plan to you. Put in a study plan. This is what I'm studying on these particular days. And I think you're going to remember it and you're going to follow it. You know, I want to end this video on a thought my father always told me. Time doesn't make time for you. One of the main reasons that people don't become certified is not because this is complex. Let me tell you guys something. Everything you're going to learn here, if you have at least 3 years of project management experience, you probably know already. And it's not complex stuff. 1.2 million PMPs I think we currently have. I want to point this out to you. The hardest thing about being PMP is making the time to study. But remember, time doesn't make time for you. If you really want to study and get your PMP, you have to put in the time, guys. This is a 30-day study plan that you guys can do. Now, I do want to point out that studying for a PMP is a family effort. Mommy's got to study tonight. Dad's got to help out with the kids. And vice versa. Dad's got to study. Mom's got to help out with the kids. Tell your boss you're studying. Tell your family you're studying. Let it be an effort that everybody works towards to get you certified. You know the PMP is going to add a lot of prestigiousness to your name and is going to increase your paycheck. Okay, guys, that is my study plan. Don't forget to download the study plan below. I've put links to the videos I've mentioned all in the description below. And hey, if you really like this video, I would love it if you guys can give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.